Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Offices are increasingly bringing their employees back on site, and some people just don't want to go. We're hearing about people threatening to quit or just quitting if they can't continue to work from home. Now, here's a person I really like to talk to on this topic. Spencer OLeary is the CEO of ActiveOps North America. They provide software which allows managers to lead remote teams. Spencer's back on the Newsmaker line this morning. Spencer, welcome back to Iowa Radio. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Jeff. Good to be here.
So, Spencer, you're deeply involved in this. Are you hearing about employees threatening to quit or just up and quitting because they've gotten used to working from home?
I'm hearing it and seeing it, Jeff. So employees, and we've got to be careful with this idea of quitting. It's not that they're leaving employment. It's just, today, 9 million open jobs in the U.S. And a lot of those jobs, it's easy to move jobs today. I sit at home, I just use a different computer, and I work for a different organization. So people are quitting one job and then they're moving to another where that particular employer has chosen to embrace, probably not home working entirely, but hybrid working, allowing people to work at home a few days a week and then work in the office a few days a week. And they're the ones that are attracting and retaining good talent because people have said, I'm not driving downtown 5 days a week anymore. I want to work from home.
So, Spencer, is that the future? It seems to me like this is really, really reshaping the workforce in America. Now, obviously, there are jobs where you can't work remotely, but amongst the companies that can offer it as an option, is that where they're going to have to go, the hybrid model?
And I think you're right. There's a lot of jobs you can't do remotely. So whether it's a frontline worker or manufacturing, you can't work at a lathe at home. But anyone in the service industry, and if we think about whether it's financial services or telecommunications or our utility sector, our energy sector, lots and lots of jobs in the US and Canada that people can do from home. And the power today with more demand than supply of labor in the market, the power starts to turn to the employee who are now demanding that they want to work from home where they can be productive, they can have less distraction. A lot of data that we measure at ActiveOps where we're helping managers manage these remote and hybrid workforces says production was up during the pandemic. But there's other things like creativity and ideas generation and even employee well-being. We get that wrong. We start to see a lot of sickness and people leaving their jobs for horrible reasons. But those things have gone down during the pandemic, and we need to bring that back. So this hybrid model, work from my home and get my work done, get production up, but then come back into the office a couple of days a week or every other week to drive innovation, be creative, and have this new hybrid model working productively and effectively as we go forward.
Well, Spencer, you're getting to the topic that you really are involved in. I'm very interested in your viewpoint on this because there are managers saying, hey, if we're doing a lot more remote work, I can't build a sense of camaraderie among the workers. Like you said, you can't monitor, people are worried they can't monitor the wellness of their employees, but you're saying that is possible. Give me some examples of how in this new hybrid environment we can still have innovation, collaboration, a sense of teamwork, and address wellness too.
So 3 things I think are key, and then a 4th that a lot of organizations need to get right. So those 3 things, firstly, data. If you haven't got good real-time data in who's doing what when, right throughout the day, then as a manager, you're kind of managing blind. You used to rely on your eyes and your ears. That was taken away. I'm now sat at home trying to manage my remote team. I need data. Secondly, that data needs to be balanced. I need to understand production and I need to understand well-being. If I have either of those or neither of those, I've got a serious problem. And the third is about being in control. I need to understand at any point in time, how much time have I got in my team to do the work? How much time do I need to do the work that's outstanding? And am I in control of those 2 variables? I've got to get that right. My 4th thing that sits alongside those 3 is very much adopting the principles about managing people and managing people individually, whether they're working from home or whether they're working from the office. Managing everyone working from home was hard, but at least everyone was in the same environment. Now when I run a meeting, I probably do it over Zoom or Teams. I've got some people who are working from home dialing in. I've got other people who are sat together in the office. It's really hard to make those meetings engaging and making sure I'm being inclusive to the whole team. That's where the manager of today needs the technology, the process and the skills. They need to work with people like ActiveOps to make sure that the active management has changed, and people need to be good at doing it as we move forward.
And Spencer, I'll ask you the obvious question, but just to clarify, I can hear some managers saying, this is just a temporary thing coming out of this pandemic and things will right themselves again. People will start driving to the office. You don't see that happening, do you?
Not full time. I don't. I think people have got used to working from home. They've enjoyed most of them that experience. And again, back to individual differences. There are some people who are going to go to the office and work 5 days a week because that's the way they're wired. That's what they want to do. There are others that are going to want to work from home 5 days a week. And then there's all those in the middle. So I think employee choice is an important thing. And those organizations that are going to work out their hybrid model and adopt and foster this new way of working, they will retain and attract the right talent. And those organizations who don't do that won't attract that right talent.
Right, attracting the talent. That is going to be a key in the future. He's such a good resource on this topic. His name is Spencer OLeary. He is the CEO of ActiveOps North America. Spencer, thanks again for joining me this morning.